All right, before we do anything, let me address some of the stuff that's been said towards me. I've been accused of not reading the dialogue several times, which I find hilarious because I quote the dialogue when I talk about what I don't like about the characters. So that I find that bizarre. Also, how would I be able to tell you that I don't like the writing for the characters if I'm not reading? It literally makes no sense. So I don't get that one at all. I've also been told that all of this is rage bait and I don't deserve this series and so on and so forth. Um, do you think I care whether or not you feel I deserve the series if 7 games landed below Never Again? Do you think I care? Doesn't really make any sense either. I have also been told that I'm doing this for attention, which I find bizarre because if I wanted attention that bad, would I not just go back to making videos for the game that I get more views for? Look, all I'm saying is if you're gonna come at me sideways, can we try a little harder to make sense? That's all I ask. Anyways, I'm gonna reiterate why this is happening and what I'm looking for. So I'm doing this for a friend. He wanted me to play through the games and then document my experience. And the things that I value more than anything are gameplay, and I mostly mean I want it to be engaging. I don't want to be able to just literally close my eyes and watch everything fall over and die. That's boring. And then I want the characters to be not stupid. I want the characters to be interesting. I want them to do things that make sense. And I mean, it also helps if they're relatable. I value those two things more than anything because to me, the game is not going to be fun if the gameplay is not fun. And if the people I'm staring at the whole time I'm playing the game get on my nerves, then that's just going to be like that. That is a hard thing to just overcome for free. I feel like that makes sense. The In a tier below that, it would be the overall story because that is important. But I can accept a worse story if the characters are good. So I don't know. That's just how I work. And then I also would like the music to be good because if I'm gonna be playing a game for hours and all like the whole time I'm playing, I hear the music that they made. I want to at least be able to be like, okay, well this sounds nice. Oh, I like the sound of this. I feel like all of this makes sense. Anything beyond those four things, I probably do not care at all. So that could be the voice acting. I don't care. It could be the visuals in terms of like oh the backgrounds, the scenery, whatever, all that stuff. I don't care. Animations, don't care. Cutscenes, I do not care. It would have to be egregiously bad for me to even point it out. It would, or like a UI issue where it's like just difficult to read, or the game is so ugly I won't even say ugly. It's just it's inconvenient to look at. Like it just makes things hard to understand. It makes it hard to understand what's on the screen. That's the only way I would care. Other than that, I do not care about any of that stuff. But I will say this: I am surprised, and I'm relieved. Now Daybreak One is not my favorite because unfortunately I do really like these characters. I really like the music and the story didn't do anything offensive. However, the gameplay is so painful because it's not engaging like ever. Everything just kind of falls over and you're never really in any danger whatsoever. So it's just kind of boring. And then they also for some reason I don't know why they did this, but you're not able to skip the crafts. So you just have to watch you can't skip the crafts and you can't skip the arts either. So you're just forced to see the same stuff over and over again. And I don't really. It's not even a matter of like, oh, I'm tired of looking at it. It's a matter of like, wow, this is a lot of time that is just being wasted for no reason. I gain nothing from watching this spell be cast for the 200th time. There's no benefit. It's just a waste of time. I don't know why they made it so you can't skip any of that stuff. And then some of the boss fights, literally every single turn, they're using a craft, and these animations are not they're not long. That stuff adds up. I don't even want to think about how much time I spent not actually playing the game, but being forced to look at these animations or the basically little mini cutscenes for whatever they're doing. Is just it doesn't really serve any purpose. Also, the same problem from the Cold Steel games is still present. The use of cutscenes is is just weird. Like, and then also the way they like randomly pull up pictures of stuff they brought up during the dialogue is also strange because it's not always necessary. They'll literally like they'll bring up a character who was prominent in the story, or it could be anything like something that you literally saw in the last 5 minutes, and they'll bring it up and they'll show you on the screen as if you weren't just there. It's just strange. And then they really like to start randomly, like they'll start a situation from point B, and for no reason at all, it doesn't add anything doing this. They just doing it for the sake of doing it. They'll start you at point B, and then in the middle of point B, like they're having a conversation related to whatever just so happens to be happening at the time. They'll show a flashback of the conversation that literally happened like minutes prior to what they're talking about right now. So it's just like you could have just shown this in order. Literally just doing it for the sake of doing it. It doesn't really serve any purpose. It's not like it was like, oh, like you start at point B and it's like, oh, you're seeing the plan, or you're seeing them in the whatever they're doing, right? And then you can see that they planned for something. Like obviously they had a good plan, and then they go back and show like, oh, like they're probably gonna do this and this and blah blah. And I wouldn't even like that either, to be honest with you. Obviously, I just saw everything that just happened, but still, there's no weight to the way they use flashbacks very frequently. It's oftentimes just pointlessly put in to I don't even know what the purpose would be, because it'll literally be like they're talking, and then it'll give you a flashback of what they were literally saying a few minutes prior. It's just strange. I don't really know the point, but either way, there was a lot of time just being wasted with the unskippable stuff, and then the weird use of like this character is mentioned in this section of dialogue. Here's this picture of said character, even though you definitely know who it is, and so on and so forth. It's just strange, but it's fine. It is what it is. If it wasn't for those things, this game probably could have landed at a B, but unfortunately, because not only is it too easy, and a lot of the time is just being wasted, I cannot put it higher than D. But I mean, at least it made it above Never Again. That seems to be, the hardest thing to do for me right now. I wish I could put more of these games up here, but it is what it is. But I started Daybreak 2 yesterday, and then I played. I didn't play long. I was feeling kind of sick. I was super tired, and I was zoning out a bunch. Um, but I decided, I was gonna do this yesterday, but I was like, let me play more of the game today, and then I'll get my early thoughts on Daybreak 2. Um, and I'm gonna be honest. So the game is they fixed there's so many quality of life changes. Like you don't have to run around the whole area to see if a shop has new stuff, so you don't miss like random food or whatever, and you don't miss like gifts to give to your the homies, whatever. Um, the icon on the map changes color if there is new stuff in the shop. I like that, or stuff you haven't seen. I'm pretty sure is the actual thing. So that's dope. The vending machines are no longer hidden. You can, or like they're marked on the map rather. It's shown on the map as a shop. The gameplay is actually um engaging. Like the first, like the boss that I play or the fought, I don't know why I said played, the boss that I fought before I turned off my stream was infinitely more engaging than the final boss in Daybreak 1, just to give you an idea. Like, I was in way more danger fighting this boss this early in the game as opposed to fighting the final boss in the first game. That's insane to me. Also, you can actually skip the crafts, you can skip the arts, you don't have to watch them over and over and over. Time saved. I don't feel like I'm being forced to look at stuff for no reason. My time is being saved. If this keeps up, if the game stays on track right now, it's sitting right here. But I mean, if it just keeps going up, which is very easy, right? I've already heard so many songs that immediately caught my ear. I'm loving it. If we can keep up the pace, this could stay here or it could go up here. Truth be told, like 100%, like I'm 100% with it. I am actually looking forward to play this tomorrow.